America, Mexico. And I'd like to ask you, why do you think people embrace these stories now in movies? The themes, the characters, the subjects, the darkness, the romance?
I don't know. That's the most common question. I mean, we get it all the time. I mean, it's like it's just
I think a lot of the characters are very relatable. I think there's so many different ones, and different people can relate to different characters and their experiences.
It's just like anything else, like any movie. I mean, you could say that about anything. Like you relate to the character. I mean, I always say that it's because it's first-person narrative, and you're so very much inside of her head that it's like, I don't know, just closer to home. You feel like it's not happening to someone else, like it's sort of happening to you. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Come on, out with it.
What about vampires, for example? The character of the vampires that they love, kids love vampires, teenagers love vampires.
I think the worst people to ask about these questions. I mean, I know, I mean, the problem is when I look at it, I never looked at it as a vampire story, I mean, right from the beginning. I mean, and when I try and play it, I mean, try and eliminate the vampire element as much as I can, and just kind of see it as a tool to make their relationship a bit more fraught. But I don't know. I mean, I find myself being, I mean, right after the audition, I found myself kind of bizarrely invested in the story, and I hadn't even read the books at that point or anything, and I kind of got more and more attached to it. I mean, I've been talking about the script for Eclipse to people over the last few weeks, and I find myself getting very argumentative, which I'm not usually. I don't know, they definitely have some kind of power. Okay, why don't we move on? We'll take one from here.
Good morning, James Rocky, MSN Movies. I'm very curious. All the enthusiasm for the films can kind of eclipse the fact that these are a series of 4 novels. I'm curious, which of the novels resonates most for you as a reader or as an actor? Which ones have you most enjoyed or are most enthused about working in?
My favorite book was actually Eclipse, so I'm pretty excited. It's got action, yeah. I mean, the action levels continue to build in this series, so I think I enjoy that. But also the fact that, Twilight sets up the romance between Bella and Edward, and then Bella and Jacob's friendship grows in New Moon, but in Eclipse, it's the 3 of them actually physically together, and we have to team up and make this decision to try and be friends to protect her. So I think that is like the ultimate high point of the series, where it's the love triangle in Eclipse. So I'm excited to get going.
I liked New Moon, just in terms of like how far I could push myself within this series. I feel like after New Moon, it's sort of smooth sailing for her. She's very solid and content and happy, but in the second one, she's nothing. Like literally, it's just lost. I got to find her again, which was not easy. But yeah, the second one for sure.
New Moon was my favorite book as well. Mainly because I like the sort of juxtaposition of so many people being, there's such a hyped character, Edward, and there's so many people who look at him as such a kind of romantic hero. And in New Moon, the way I read it anyway was, he's just so humbled. I mean, it's a character who's looking at Bella and thinking, he loves something too much that he can't be around, and kind of deliberately starts breaking up think is a very relatable thing, and it's very kind of painful. And and just the final fight sequence at the end. Bella ends up saving Edward, as she does in every single one of the books. And so I just find it really funny how everyone looks at Edward as the hero, and he's being continually saved by the damsel in distress. And I think he really realizes it in Meaning, and Eclipse is about him, trying to really catch up with Jacob. I mean, because he's so out of the loop and he can't speak in superlatives anymore. You have to actually, he's accepted being part of the world, and he needs to catch up to Jacob. So I always like,
All right, I think we've only got time for 2 more questions, so we'll go over here first.
George Pinocchio from KBC in Los Angeles. I think it's great that you're here, and we're your present and we're your future, and we're going to be here for other press conferences and roundtables and one-on-ones, all trying to get that personal touch. So I want to help you out. Please, each of you tell me the one Twilight question you never want to answer again.
what's it like kissing Taylor Lautner?
To growl. Well, actually, I asked that more by my fans. They asked me to growl for them, and I really don't enjoy doing that. So that's for the fans. Please don't ask me to growl. Just wait for the movie.
You can ask me anything you want.
She's easy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now that's already on blog somewhere, so
I know.
thank you very much.
All right, we've got time for one more question. So right over here, please.
Hi, Bob Stencil with FirstShowing.net. This question is for Kristen and Robert. You guys have great chemistry on film, romantically. Is there any chemistry off camera?
Kidding me?
We talked about not going into personal questions, so why don't we ask them?
Sure. Yep.
This is for Robert. Robert, is it true that you already read Midnight Sun, and should we expect to listen to any of your songs in New Moon? Did you read Midnight Sun, the book that tells the tale by Edward's perspective?
Yes. But that, that was more in relation to Twilight. I mean, it was literally the entire storyline of Twilight, just from Edward's perspective. So I guess, I haven't really looked too much at that for New Moon, because for whatever reason I could connect a lot more to New Moon than I could to Twilight. But I could connect to Midnight Sun a lot more than Twilight. But I don't really think I've used that much. I guess it's kind of gone in, but not really for me.
And should we expect any musical contributions from you to New Moon?
No.
Thank you.
All right, I think that's going to do it for us. Thanks again for coming out. A big hand for our cast. Thank you very much as well.